For those of you that are out of work at this point in time and are looking to get a new job as soon as the stay-at-home ban is lifted, listen up. My name is Brandon Castro and welcome to my channel. I have some helpful insight and advice for you guys in regards to making money. Today I will be talking to you all about why the restaurant industry is a great industry to get involved in. Restaurants are a great place to work because they can teach you a lot, you can learn a lot. There's a lot of room for upward mobility, and it's the kind of job that will never leave you bored. With this global pandemic that we are living through, I understand that many of you might be out of work. If you are going to be looking for a new job in the near future and have ever thought of working in a restaurant but have never taken that leap, I have some helpful insight and advice about the restaurant industry that might help you take that leap. I am now 22 years old, and since I was 17, I have worked in 6 different restaurants, and there's a few reasons why I've stuck with restaurants as my primary form of income. For starters, restaurants have taught me and can teach you how to develop a stronger work ethic and how to effectively communicate well with others. How might restaurants help someone develop a stronger work ethic, one might ask? Well, that's easy. Working in a restaurant is nothing but busy work. There's always something going on and always something to be done, even during the slowest of hours. There is never a good time to be lazy, and recognizing this will allow you to learn how to take initiative and never have to be told what to do. Learning how to take initiative is great because when people recognize that you're doing things without having to be told, they recognize that you understand your position and that you know what you're doing. Secondly, working in a restaurant is a customer service job, which means that you will be talking to different kinds of people all day. Learning how to communicate effectively with others is a great skill to have, and it has benefited my social and professional life greatly, and it can benefit your lives as well. Having a strong work ethic and being able to communicate well with others are transferable skills that you can take with you wherever you go in life, and they will benefit you greatly. So now that you have some new learned skills, what can you do with these skills within the restaurant industry? Well, generally speaking, when you work hard and understand your position with anything, oftentimes you will be rewarded. When it comes to restaurants, this is ever so true. There is a lot of room for upward mobility within the restaurant industry. When I started working in restaurants, I started at the bottom. I started at the bottom as a host. Through the years, I have demonstrated my strong work ethic and understanding for my job that I have been promoted to upper level job positions that sometimes make more money. As an example, and as stated earlier, I started as a host when I started working in the restaurant industry. As I progressed and demonstrated my knowledge for the work environment, I was promoted to other job positions such as busser, food expo, and eventually I was made to a server. For every front of house staff, I believe that becoming a server is everyone's ultimate goal because that's where you can make some good money. The process of becoming a server and maybe even a manager, if you're trying to get to that level of employment, might take some time, but the level of experience gained is well worth the wait. Because just like the skills you learn from working in a restaurant, your job titles and level of experience are all transferable to, let's say, other restaurants or maybe even other customer service jobs. Now that you have an idea of what it takes to succeed in a restaurant, how does working in a restaurant compare to other more considerably boring jobs? Well, working in a restaurant compares to other more stationary jobs because that's just it. Working in a restaurant is nothing like sitting behind a desk all day. You are not stationary at all, and you're always moving around, always on your feet. At my most recent job in a restaurant, I thought it would be fun to track how many steps I took throughout a shift. I would never take less than 10,000 steps throughout an 8-hour shift, and during my busiest day, I believe I took close to 35,000 steps within an 8-hour shift. Like, that's just insane. If the cardio factor is not enough to convince you to work in the restaurant industry, maybe always having to expect the unexpected will. Working in restaurants, problems arise at the most inconvenient and unexpected times. And that's kind of what makes the job not so boring, because you have to problem solve and come up with solutions to problems quickly. And I think that's not that boring, and it keeps you on your toes. Learning how to deal with these problems will keep you on your toes, like I said, and teach you how to problem solve and better understand how to prepare for these potential problems in the future. So if you're someone who has always wanted to work in a restaurant and hopes to gain some lifelong skills, wants to experience some good upward mobility, and doesn't want to have a boring job, restaurant work is the work for you. Thank you.